Right now, there is a group of people driving around in $60,000 luxury sedans, ventilated leather seats, V8 power, and whisper-quiet cabins. And they paid less for them than you'd pay for a used, high-mileage Toyota Corolla. I've spent 20 years under the hood of everything from Maseratis to Mazdas. I know which luxury badges are just expensive plastic and which ones are built like tanks. Today, I'm exposing 3 luxury cars that the public ignores, why the market is wrong about them, and how you can exploit that ignorance to drive a masterpiece for pennies on the dollar. The last one on this list, it's a car so over-engineered, it actually bankrupted its own parent company's pride. Let's get into the goldmine list.
The luxury trap versus the gold mine. Before we hit number 3, we have to talk about the luxury trap. Most people are terrified of used luxury cars. They think of a 10-year-old BMW or Mercedes. They think of $2,000 oil leaks, air suspensions that collapse overnight, and electronics that require a degree in nuclear physics to reset. And honestly, for the German brands, they're usually right. But there is a second category of luxury car. These are the cars built by brands that had everything to prove and nothing to lose. They are the overbuilt orphans. These cars were designed to steal customers away from the big German names, so the engineers went overboard. They used better materials, simpler mechanical layouts, and higher-grade components than their mainstream counterparts.
Number 3, the Infiniti Q70. Number 3 is the Infiniti Q70. This was Nissan's flagship. It was meant to go toe-to-toe with the BMW 5 Series and the Mercedes E-Class. When it was new, it cost north of $55,000. Today, you can find clean, well-maintained examples for under $15,000. Why does everyone ignore it? Because Infiniti as a brand has struggled. People associate modern Infinitis with CVT transmissions and rental car interiors. But the Q70? It's from a different era of engineering. The mechanic's secret. On the lift, the Q70 is a marvel. First, there is no CVT here. This car uses a heavy-duty 7-speed automatic transmission. If you get the 3.7-liter V6, you're getting the VQ series engine. That engine has been on Ward's 10 Best list for almost 2 decades. It's the same engine found in the 370Z. It's punchy, it's reliable, and it uses a timing chain that basically lasts the life of the car. But the real goldmine? The 5.6-liter V8. This is a naturally aspirated monster with over 400 horsepower. It's essentially the same engine they put in the Nissan Armada and the Infiniti QX80, engines designed to tow 8,000 pounds. In a sedan, it's barely breaking a sweat. It will run 250,000 miles if you change the oil. The financial math. The Q70 depreciates faster than a rock off a cliff. A 2016 model has lost nearly 75% of its value. But here's the thing. The interior is filled with semi-aniline leather, Japanese ashwood, and a Bose Studio on Wheels sound system. You are getting 90% of the Mercedes experience with 20% of the maintenance cost.
Number 2, the Lexus GS 350. Number 2 is the Lexus GS 350. You might say, Lexus isn't ignored, and you'd be right about the RX SUV and the ES sedan. But the GS? It was the middle child that Lexus eventually killed off because everyone forgot to buy it. The ES 350 is a glorified Camry, front-wheel drive, soft, a bit boring. The GS 350? That's a real-wheel drive sports sedan built on a unique chassis. It was designed to handle. It has a double wishbone front suspension and a multi-link rear that makes a BMW owner jealous. The shop floor reality. I had a GS 350 in the shop last week with 210,000 miles. The owner had done nothing but oil changes, brakes, and tires. The interior? No cracks in the leather, no rattles in the dash. The doors still shut with that heavy thud that costs $80,000 in a showroom. Inside that engine bay is the 2GR FKS. It's a 3.5-liter V6 that uses both direct and port injection. This is technical, but basically it prevents the carbon buildup issues that plague Audi and BMW engines. You don't have to pay a mechanic $1,500 to walnut blast your intake valves every 60K miles. It's a set-it-and-forget-it masterpiece.
the gold mine opportunity. Because Lexus discontinued the GS, it doesn't have the new model shine. Used car buyers gravitate toward the ES because it's cheaper and gets slightly better gas mileage, but the GS was built to a higher standard of luxury. You can pick up a 2015 GS 350 for around $18,000. That car will easily go another 150,000 miles. A comparable BMW 535 from the same year will be in the shop once a month for coolant expansion tank issues. The GS is the luxury car for people who actually hate going to the mechanic.
Number 1. The Genesis G80, 2017 to 2019. Number 1 is a car that literally shouldn't exist for the price it's selling at. The Genesis G80. Back in 2017, Hyundai launched Genesis as a standalone brand. They knew they had to be twice as good as Lexus to get anyone to notice, so they over-engineered the G80 to an insane degree. They hired the former head of BMW's M division to tune the chassis. They used high-strength steel that was thicker than the competition, and then they gave it a warranty that made everyone else look stingy. Why it's a gold mine? The ignored factor here is the badge. Many people still just see it as a fancy Hyundai. Because of that, the resale value is terrible. You can find a 2018 G80 with 50,000 miles, which is basically brand new for this car, for about $20,000. Inside, you get Nappa leather, a massive panoramic sunroof, and a ride quality that is genuinely on par with an Audi A6. Under the hood, you have two choices: a 3.8-liter V6 that is simple and rugged, or a 5.0-liter TOW V8. The TOW V8 is one of the most underrated engines in history. It's smooth, powerful, and has no major common failure points. It's a traditional luxury heart in a car that most people walk right past because they're looking for a badge they recognize. Mechanic's verdict. If you want the most modern-feeling car on this list for the least amount of money, this is it. The tech works, the safety features are top tier, and because it's a Hyundai-backed product, parts are everywhere and they are cheap. It's the high-end life on a budget brand maintenance schedule. The lesson here is simple. Stop buying what everyone else is buying. When you buy a popular car, you are paying a premium for the comfort of the crowd. When you buy a gold mine, you are getting the reward for doing your homework. These three cars, the Infiniti Q70, the Lexus GS 350, the Genesis G80, are proof that you don't have to be rich to drive like you are. You just have to be smarter than the guy next to you at the stoplight. If you want to see the SUVs that share this same goldmine DNA, I made a video on that right here. It's called 3 SUVs Everyone Ignores. Drop a comment below. Which one of these would you put in your driveway? I read every single one of them to see if your experience matches what I see on the lift. Hit subscribe if you want the truth the dealerships won't tell you. Take care of your car and it'll take care of you. I'll see you in the next one.